Thought I'd welcome you to my Tip Tuesday. We are going to show you the Northern Lights look. This is on page 12 of the holiday catalog. That would be this one, because the most recent one may not have shown up at your doorstep. You may or may not have realized this, but there was a little bit of a delay. We consultants got our copy inserted in our magazine that we get for recognition called Applause. How appropriate. And I was told that you might not have seen it, but the website has updated. So any products that are in here or in there will be on marykay.com/KRoseCarol. So you can go check it out. And I'd still have everything I'm showing you in stock, or I would not be showing it to you. Just a little FYI. I realized I probably should have done a screenshot and posted it, but the one on the website doesn't really do as good a job of showcasing the girl's face. So I'm going to hold this up just for a moment. Get a screen grab if you must. It's a bit of a daring holiday look, and I actually had makeup on, so I had to take off my eye makeup. That's why my foundation and eyebrows are done. My lips and my eyes are not. And I'll take this off because this isn't going to do us a bit of good while I'm giving you guys a tutorial. But I love to start my video with the glasses just because they're fun. Other than that, I will say that if you find a silver or any bright colors like that intimidating, please don't. Honestly, they're really not that scary. But I will say it takes time. We practice. And that's why I'm doing this look for you so that you can get used to it. And if you are on live, please comment. I'm trying to find a place where I can put the mirror and still see comments coming in. It's been a balancing act with my standing desk, even though I'm sitting at it, because this is how I usually cast my tutorials. The colors she is, listen to my English grammar today, wearing are Smoky Quartz, which is the highlighting color, the brightest color, Stormy, which is kind of the base across her lid, and Starry Night, which is in the crease. So going, I don't know if it's your left or my left, the lightest color on this end is the Smoky Quartz. The middle shade is the Stormy, and Starry Night is the dark color on the side. So hopefully that helps. She's also wearing golden copper blush. I will wear it because I have just enough skin tone to pull it off, but it might be too dark if you're a fair skin like Ivory. And if that's the case, you can definitely substitute another blush. You do not have to wear exactly what the model is wearing. She's also wearing our matte lip and shine set in cinnamon. So I will put on the matte lip and then I will show you how to use the oil, because I don't usually wear the oil. I like the matte look, but I want you to know that this is a set and it is something that you can have both options. Who doesn't like options? Another thing you might not be able to tell she's wearing both our waterproof liquid liner and our limited edition at play metallic silver liner. I like the copper a little better, and I think that's sold out, but silver is still available. So I wanted to showcase liner that, you can actually get your hand on. And of course, my ever so loved Panorama mascara. So at the end, when I'm putting that on, you'll see that. I'm going to just start with a little bit of eye primer and a little bit of under eye corrector because I wiped it all off, and I don't need it with our Chroma Fusion, but I like to. Now, I've had a sales director friend of mine teach this look, and when she did, she actually used Light Beam Liquid Eye Color as her base and acts like a primer. So maybe another time I'll try that variation. I'm going to crank up the light a little just so that I can see what I'm doing in my mirror, but I'll drop it down when we get to the good stuff. If you are wondering, I'm wearing CC cream today, and then our new Silky setting powder. I'm light to medium beige, depending on how dark I am seasonally. And of course, a drop or two of our under eye corrector because I have dark circles. I will be using the liquid color brush. There's a, I guess you could call cream color brush, but you don't see this one too often, but I'm using it today to stipple in my under eye area. It can also be used to blend a liquid eye color or a primer. I promise I will post a thumbnail with the finished look. And as I said, I'll take a proper screen grab of this look for you. You might notice I'm a little shiny in the corners because I went a little heavy on the primer. I want to make sure when I do put on the mineral eye color, it stays because it's a really nice look. So brushes I will be using today are all over color brush, our smudger brush, our crease brush, and our blending brush in no particular order, although I will be starting with the all over color brush because that's one of my favorites. I will also be using the cheek brush with the cute little dimple, just like me. But this is to give you the ability to use your thumb. Gives you the equivalent of a hard edge, like a fan brush. Flatten it out. You get this nice tapered flat edge. Or you can, as I said a minute ago, you could use the edge out there. You could use the top, or you can spread it out. So it's a multi-use brush. And of course, with the setting powder, I'd recommend the all-over powder brush, starting in the middle and kind of working your way out. I won't be doing that, but I'm just telling you about it. I like to use all of the brushes. They don't all come in this bag, but they fit in the bag. That's like proof of concept. This bag holds three of the eye color brushes. I believe it's the cheek brush and the all-over powder. The liquid and mineral foundation brushes are separate. And the blender brush, which I don't have in this particular pouch, is separate. And I don't know why, but apparently I have an older foundation brush in here. We use these for the masks now, and I actually have a mask applicator, so that's moot. And this is another favorite of mine, the Eyebrow eyeliner brush. So it's got a kind of a brush edge, like a shark fin, and the spoolie end. I use this to kind of comb out my eyebrows so they don't go crazy after I've drawn in with the defining pencil. I sometimes use the tint, but my eyebrows aren't light enough yet for me to be worrying about that. So I think at some point I will probably have to start using it as my eyebrows go grayer. I may even have to go up a shade lighter. So we're going to start, as I said, with the lightest shade as a brow bone color. And then I'm going to do the base, only because I know you can do it as a smoky eye and work your way up, but I like to get the light color on the brush early, so I don't have to clean my brushes in between steps. I don't like to have extra brushes. I have a bunch of brushes, but then I forget which one I was using. So if I use one brush and I flip it over and use the darker color, I haven't forgotten because I haven't let go of the brush. Silly as that might sound, I have ADD, so sometimes I get a little sidetracked. Now you won't really notice this until later when it is more, when you see the second color, it'll kind of show up as contrast. So I'm now going to put over the base of the lid, not too much in the inside corner, my next shade. So I first put on Smoky Quartz. I'm now putting on Stormy. And as I said, I'll be putting the Starry Night in the crease in just a moment. This is a really straightforward look. It's just blending. As the joke goes, when in doubt, blend. If you think you're done, blend a little more. Makes sense, I guess. So I will be switching to the crease brush for this part. I may go in with the smudger in the under eye area. So sometimes you need two different brushes with the same color because of placement where you're putting it. I'm putting this up in the crease. Make sure I actually get some on here. Brown eyes can get away with blue, but not everybody gets away with blue. I say blue eyes, sometimes blue is too much. You might need to alternate the color slightly and make it a little less blue. Maybe make it more teal, more purple even. This does need to get smudged out. I'm not going to leave it here, but I just want to see this like V shape that I'm doing. And then, as I said, I will also be going underneath with the smudger brush under the lash line and along the lash line where I would normally put my eyeliner. I need to do that before I put the eyeliner on because afterwards I would smudge the eyeliner everywhere, and that is not the look I'm going for. So I'm switching to the smudger for here. And it does look a little intense, but then again, I've also got a bright light on, and once I blend, it'll look better. I don't want you to feel like you're going to go into your holiday party looking like a raccoon. You should look like a well-hydrated, moisturized, happy raccoon, if that makes any sense at all. Sometimes I should not try to be funny. So I'm blending from the inside out where my lightest colors are. I don't want to smudge everything and make it all muddy. I'm just trying to soften so you can't see where the lines start and end as much. If you go too far out and you feel like it's too dark, you can always take the cream eye color brush or a foundation brush like an eraser with CC cream or under eye corrector and clean up any, what they call it, fallout color. Some people use like translucent powder to kind of catch, and then they brush off the translucent powder after. It's sort of like baking, but I'm concerned that would make my under eye dark because, not dark, dry, because we don't want to bake off my, other products I used earlier. Like I had an eye cream on, and then I had an eye primer on. So now we have a little bit softer blend. It's not as severe. Now her look is much more silver because that eyeliner. You'll see in a minute. But I want to stop and do the blush before I forget. As I said, she's using Golden Copper. That's what I'll be using. And I will definitely want to soften this after I put it on because it is a darker color than I would wear during the day. I might wear this at night, a dimly lit room, like candlelight dinner, something like that. Hint, hint to my husband. I like candlelight dinners. When the cats aren't around, we don't want them knocking over the candles and setting fire to the house. That would be bad. So I'm going to use this brush to kind of soften that. So now we've got the eyes and the cheeks on. I'm going to take a second to do lips, and I'm going to finish with the eyeliner and mascara. I just want to make sure I show you both the matte and the shimmer with this lip color while I have good lighting. Anytime I can't talk while I do this. Get stuff right on my teeth. Ugh. Anytime I use matte, I like to make sure my lips are extra exfoliated so that I don't have any dry flakiness. And I still get it on my teeth. Give me a second here. A little trick I learned. Use your finger and like it's a frozen pop. You just kind of suck out. I know that looks inappropriate, but it gets most of the stuff off the inside of your lip that's brushing up against your teeth, causing it to end up on your teeth. Of course, now got it on the back of my finger, and I only have one tissue. So we're just going to use the other hand. Make sure the teeth are clean. Much better. So that's the matte look. Now I'm going to show you what the lip oil, it's clear, and I use this specifically with the cinnamon. This is my personal one. So you may or may not be able to see there's a drop of oil. Don't worry, it's safe. I don't know. I'll have to look it up which type of oil it is, but most of our stuff is plant-based, and I don't believe it's mineral oil, but don't quote me on that. I'd have to look it up. So now I have a shiny cinnamon lip as opposed to having a matte cinnamon lip, which I think both are pretty, just to be honest with you. So let's finish up the eyes so I can take a snapshot, and that way you get the complete look. We'll do my eyeliner first, and I have to look away because there's just no way I can do this while looking at the camera. This is the liquid waterproof black. We don't have it in any other colors at this time except these limited edition colors. And I'm just doing what they call a thin line or a tight line. I'm not doing a wing, not this time. I love wing and cat eye, but I didn't feel it was right with this look. And if you did not know, the purpose behind eyeliner is to emphasize your lashes a little bit more. Notice them all of a sudden? Yeah, I know. Now the silver, they actually recommend going across, but not all the way across the eye. And this one's a little different. Instead of being like a Sharpie, it's this little wand. So I'm going to start from the inside. And go across so it brightens the eye. You may also see this done with white eyeliner, which we don't carry, but I've seen it done before. I still have to work on not hitting my lashes, though. So I'm just going 3/4 of the way across, but you can see immediately how much that silver brightens the eye area. I mean, it's like jumping out at you now. So it's starting to look a lot more like her look. Finally, as always, I love to finish with mascara. So having put on your mascara primer first, your lash primer first, this will also be good because it'll clean up any of the eyelashes that I accidentally got the silver liner on. So I'm just getting on that first coat that just gets mascara on my lashes. Then I'm going to turn the wand so I can go through and really get a nice second coat, and then I can use the rounded end to what they fan out the lashes, get them untangled and so forth. Well, I don't use a lash curler. I usually would curl before mascara instead of after because I don't want my lashes to stick to the lash curler and accidentally get pulled out. It not only is painful, it'll make you cry. It's actually very bad for your lashes. You don't want to do that. Some people like to wear false lashes for holiday parties. Well, we don't offer them. I can teach you. And again, those you would probably curl after you put them on. because I don't think there's any other way to really, you can't really pre-curl artificial. Now I could easily go back and do another coat, but I'm not going to do a third coat right now. But I think that is very nice. It's not too much. Dim that down a bit. I'll pull this back up. And as I said, in a moment,